Next on Worcester News tonight, Central Massachusetts lawmakers voicing their concerns over the proposed commuter rail fare increase. Plus, a veteran in Webster says someone took her wheelchair, and police are looking for information to help her get it back. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Police in Webster are searching for a motorized wheelchair which may have been stolen. A security camera captured footage of two people pulling up in what appears to be a medical van and loaded the chair into the vehicle before driving off. Tonight, the owner of the wheelchair is asking the community to help find it. Our Cam Jandro is live in Webster tonight with the story. Cam?
Anna, this is a very unusual case. Like you mentioned, a vehicle which looked very similar to a medical van. It had very similar markings. It pulled up to an apartment here on Whitcomb Street in Webster, went into the apartment and took a motorized wheelchair, one that is very expensive. Now, Webster police are asking the question, is this a mix-up or is this actually a theft? But we talked to the owner of that wheelchair earlier today, and she says this was deliberate. Is this a theft or an apparent mistake? Surveillance video shows two people taking a motorized wheelchair out of this home in Webster.
I was going to a doctor's appointment. We came to get it out, and that's when we noticed it was gone because there was a space there. There was a huge space there.
Elena Munoz's chair was stored in the stairwell of the three-decker and was taken around 9:30 Wednesday morning. This vehicle was identified by police as the one used to take the wheelchair.
And it looks like some kind of almost like a chair van pulled up and with some markings on it, took the wheelchair and put it in the van and took off with it.
Munoz says she was not expecting anyone to pick up or drop off medical equipment. The Webster resident was discharged from the Navy in the late 80s and needs the chair for everyday mobility.
I have 27 operations and 4 on my back and 13 on my legs. So it makes it really, I struggle.
Munoz had to find other forms of transportation for her appointments Thursday. She says it's hard for her to walk, and the wheelchair was like her legs.
For 18 years, I was stuck in a bed. The only way I got around was through the wheelchair. You know, who does that to somebody?
The wheelchair is valued at roughly $16,000. She says the front door of the building was left open at the time and believes this was a premeditated act.
They showed me that the person put down a ramp, so had prior knowledge that wheelchair was there.
Now, Webster police are looking for the community's help. They're saying if you were on Whitcomb Street at any time between 9:30 or so and 10:30 and so on Wednesday morning, to give them a call. If you have any information in general on this case, get in contact with them as well. Live in Webster tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Lawmakers from Central Massachusetts are voicing their concerns about the MBTA's proposed fare increase for the commuter rail. If passed, the MBTA would increase fares by an average of 6.3%. It would raise a one-way ticket price from Worcester to Boston's South Station from $11.50 to $12.25. The MBTA says they've based the increase on the rate of inflation in the Boston area. But Central Massachusetts lawmakers, including Representative Jim O'Day, are concerned with the rising cost.
Anytime that there's a fare increase, it immediately makes me think about those in middle to lower class families who struggle each day to pay their bills. So obviously, we need, they're taking public transportation because they need to get where they're going. They need to get to work. They need to get their child to the hospital, to the doctor, whatever the case may be.
The Fiscal and Management Control Board is expected to vote on the fare increases during a meeting scheduled for March 11th. A home construction project in Westborough leads to a discovery dating back more than 140 years. Christine Anthony says a contractor found letters and other items when he was knocking down a wall inside of her home. She says some of the letters were written during the late 1860s to early 1870s and were between a mother and a son, Byron and Mary Donovan. Byron Donovan is believed to have served in the Civil War. Anthony says her house was built around 1875. She plans to reach out to the town historian to scan and preserve the letters for the town so others can see them. Well, if you're not feeling the love this Valentine's Day and are looking for a way to express yourself, Crust Bakery in Worcester may have a solution. The bakery's brought back its annual Anti-Valentine's Day cookies. The messages on the cookies include "I hate you," "You ruin me," and "Go home." Kelleher says the customers as well as the employees look forward to it and have fun with it every year.
Like unrealistic expectations for what you should be doing on Valentine's Day. So I think even if you're in a happy relationship, it's like still kind of fun to poke fun at like the exaggeration of Valentine's Day.
Kelleher says they are taking orders, so if you have a specific message in mind, you can let them know and they'll create them for you. The city is responding to a remark made by comedian Conan O'Brien on a late-night talk show. The Massachusetts native has roots in the city, but doesn't seem to share the same enthusiasm about Worcester as people who live and work here. City Hall is admittedly having some fun with this. Our Rosalind Flaherty has more on the joke heard around Worcester.
We came to Boston around the time of the Civil War. We just all moved into a very small area, corner of Worcester, Massachusetts, and we just don't woo Worcester. No one woos Worcester. It's unwooable.
A playful comment from Conan O'Brien isn't sitting well with some people in Worcester. It prompted the city of Worcester to respond with a video to woo the comedian back.
This is kind of an opportunity for us to be playful, have a little bit of fun, respond, and see if it gets picked up.
O'Brien appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert Sunday night when he told the host he used to live in Worcester. When an audience member cheered,
"Don't woo Worcester. No one woos Worcester." It's unwooable.
I think we're past wooable at this point. I think people are moving here.
Amy Peterson is the communications specialist for the city. She created the video inviting O'Brien back to visit all the new things happening, including the Worcester Red Sox, the redevelopment downtown, and the city's 100 new restaurants.
I think it's been a long time since he's, walked the streets of Worcester.
The video is getting a lot of responses on social media, including this one from Worcester Railers Hockey Club president Mike Myers, who has seen the city improve over the years.
I'd want Conan to know that people like our owner, Cliff Rucker, have come in and made a huge difference. We can take a little of the haters, making comments, but, he's got to remember, where his roots are.
The city tagged O'Brien on Twitter and sent it to his producers. They aren't sure if he'll ever see it, but they say the invitation is open.
We felt like this was an opportunity, whether or not Conan responds, for us to continue to talk about that momentum.
Yeah, there's a lot to woo about in the woo. So thanks, Conan.
We reached out to O'Brien's publicist, who says the comedian has no comment at this time. Well, the Worcester Railers are going pink this weekend, and the team says it's all for a good cause. This Saturday, the team is hosting their Pink in the Rink game, benefiting the Cup Crusaders. The goal is to raise awareness for breast cancer. The ice is already painted pink, and the team has already gotten a chance to practice on it.
It's a tradition here we've had in Worcester throughout the hockey, saga here. So it's exciting, and it's another opportunity to get everyone out from the community to come out and support a great cause here and enjoy a nice game of hockey.
The team is also hosting 80s night on Friday, encouraging everyone to wear their 80s gear. When solving crimes, police departments sometimes look to the public for help. Local departments say social media has played a major role in identifying suspects they may not otherwise have been able to catch up with. Our Brittany Schaefer has more on a case Sturbridge police are looking into.
Surveillance video catches a man and woman suspected of using a stolen credit card.
We got a call from a resident of our town that had her motor vehicle broken into while it was parked by one of the walking trails here in town. Her credit card statement reflected that her card had been used at the Walmart at 100 Charlton Road here in our town, and that she was not the one who used the card.
Photos posted by Sturbridge Police shows the suspects in the electronics section of Walmart on January 27th. Sergeant Sean Payne says they hope to identify the pair by posting the surveillance footage on social media.
Surveillance photos and our social media community help solve a lot of crimes that would go otherwise unsolved.
West Boylston police shared similar photos on Facebook Thursday of a man and woman they say used a stolen credit card at the Walmart and Sally Beauty Supply in town. The Sturbridge and West Boylston incidents happened within hours of each other. It appears the suspects are wearing the same clothing in both photos.
We've been in contact with their police department. As far as whether or not it's the same individuals, I can tell you that it's an open investigation.
People shopping at Walmart Thursday say credit card theft happens too often.
I think it's terrible. I think it's disgusting that people will go to those measures, and you have to be very careful today. When I check out at the register, I always try to turn so that the person behind me can't see the number I'm punching in.
I just think it's horrible. Like, you work so hard for the little that you get nowadays, and then that people have to go and do that.
And Sergeant Payne says they have received some tips from the community and are looking into all leads. Anyone with any information is asked to call the West Boylston or the Sturbridge Police Departments. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A popular Worcester restaurant has plans to expand in Holden. Quinn's Irish Pub on West Boylston will start work on a second location in the spring. The owner of Quinn's says they plan to demolish the Blue Plate Lounge on Main Street in Holden and construct a new restaurant. He says it will be very similar to Quinn's in Worcester. It's not clear when the new place will open.